Well, hey there, it's Jennie Wolek with the Wolek Group, Keller Williams Realty in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm so excited to share my dear friend Kate Conroy with you on this series, Agent Success Secrets. Kate is such a rock star, superstar agent, and an all-around awesome chick. I am excited to talk with Kate today. Kate, hi.
Hi.
You are so awesome and amazing, and we've known each other for a really long time. It's been so fun watching your growth and success through real estate, and specifically on your team and your role, that's with the buyers. And we got some new change up and things going on our buyer side. And so, first off, just tell everyone who you are, where you are, what you do, your backstory. I mean, all the stuff. And then let's dive into some content so people can learn a little bit from you today.
Yes, no, I love it. And thank you so much. So I'm Kate Conroy, lead buyer specialist on the Tony Baroni team. And I do run a showing specialist model. So with Tony, I've closed over 600 buyers. So we are doing this high level and it's super fun. We love buyers. And we cover the Tampa Bay area, but really all of Central Florida. So we cover a large territory and love everything buyer world. So
So, you're a special breed because you've been a very important member of a very successful real estate team. And sometimes, so maybe speak to those rainmakers and leaders out there who can kind of struggle with letting go some of the control or leveraging off really important clients to other agents on your team. Kate, I mean, you've stuck around with Tony for quite a while, and you wouldn't do that if you weren't finding so much value inside of a team.
yeah, exactly. I mean, the cool thing is, as Tony and I have grown, it's always been his vision. So his vision was where I saw things going from the very first time we talked. And honestly, it has always made me want to stick around. That's so important. But like living the vision with him is not, hey, here's my vision. Kate, where's your piece in it? It
Yeah.
was watch us grow together. So I've always loved that. And honestly, the cool thing too is going to family reunion and mega camp and different Keller Williams events, and then looking at Tony saying, all right, we're going to implement that one day, we're going to rock with that, so it's cool knowing that even building a team within a team, that's huge, and seeing that growth. And he had that trust in me, but now it's always like, man, I should have leveraged that sooner, but here we are, and now this is where we're growing next. So
And you helped so many families just inside of a year that some solo agents or even other team members would be like, oh my gosh, how is she doing that? Well, you had to learn the painful way of, going from E to P, easy to
yes.
painful or easy to purposeful or entrepreneurial to purposeful, with having leverage in your own world, which starts at home, but also with your client. So talk about how the showing model has really changed your life, and you can help so many more families.
Yeah. It wasn't an easy transition, honestly. I mean, finding the right people, one, and
Yeah.
then two, it's just teaching myself. Like I would definitely say the biggest struggle is just knowing when to step back and when to leverage, and knowing where, I'm only holding them back when I'm not using that leverage correctly. So what I really learned is my coach would say, Kate, I need you to act like you're in a full, like, cast. You can't move, you can't go show anything, because I'd be the first to be like, oh, she's showing, I'll just jump out really quick.
Yeah.
So learn that really fast, just in terms of what that means for them. And then also, a lot of it too is just seeing the leverage, seeing the growth, and also believing in my mini team has been fun as well. I mean, knowing that I have the trust in them and it transpires down. So what that looks like, and growing, and how it's changed my life. I mean, now I don't show any homes, and I always kid. It's always my dad, my best friend, someone that ruins my my numbers. Okay, I showed one house, so it's fun, but doing over 600 units and not showing, I mean, a lot of people are like, what does that look like? How is that possible? So you can create a really big world for a lot of people just by thinking differently and having a new unique model. So
I love it. I love it. Well, you're offering so much opportunity to those ladies that get to help you with the buying process for so many clients. And I'd imagine that you get to give even greater customer service along the way.
yeah.
So, Kate, we've got these changes coming up.
Yeah.
Still, it's going to be the talk of 2024 as we figure out what this new world is going to look like. I know it's going to all work out. It's going to be great, no biggie. But in the meantime, there could be some stress around how do I share my value? So you are in Florida. It hasn't been common practice for you guys to sit down face-to-face consultation, sign an agreement, and then go shopping for a house.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how are you guys working through all this new stuff?
Yeah. Honestly, I look at it as an opportunity. So what I've told myself is just looking at it, if you can close 130 buyers in a year without having that signed agreement, what does that look like when you start having an agreement? So for me, it's just the opportunity. And honestly, how I've always looked at it is if you're questioning it, if you're worried about what the process looks like, is probably something along the lines of confidence or process. But I just care that much. I mean, I don't see anything changing just because the way we've developed everything, we have everything in place already. And in terms of asking, I have no problem asking just because I'm so confident on what our process looks like and the need to constantly get better. So you'll see a lot of, in my opinion, we'll start to see the agents that are concerned with it start to drop off. And it's just knowing when you deliver that kind of experience, that kind of process, it makes it exciting just to want to work with more people to make sure that everyone's really being delivered with that experience. So
Yeah, it's just a new way of thinking around and presenting, how you're going to help people. And this time it's just attaching the value you share and maybe the compensation that you get to earn. I
yeah.
love it because I know your team is so well developed when it comes to your systems and your value. I mean, what would you say is the biggest thing that you mentioned you're excited for the opportunity. And so you also work with lots of referring clients to the Florida area. So what processes have you already been doing that you can still use in helping them? And then maybe even doing it, virtually before you get the process started as well.
Yeah. So we have always done a consultation. That's so important. I mean, just experience what that looks like, what they can expect through the move. But where things can change is, I mean, we're always willing to meet them on whatever medium makes the most sense. So
Right.
if we can get on Zoom, why wouldn't we? If we can send them something electronically, that's absolutely what I want to do. But my biggest thing is really delivering the knowledge and the expectations, because where things go wrong is where we skip a step. So for me, it's if they're moving across the country, their house is under contract, I just had this today, they have 20 days to move. This is real life things, and they're panicking, like, how is this enough time? What does this look like? We've gone through this, and it's just knowing that those processes from start to finish, that they will have all of everything from, what it looks like on the buying side, what it looks like, everything through the consultation. We're not skipping steps with that. So it's just continuing to do that. And I think we really will have more Zoom calls just because it is good to see the face to face, what that looks like, go through it so that they feel confident on what they're signing with a buyer agreement and then what that experience will look like. So
Well, and you mentioned, I mean, in Florida, this hasn't been common practice, and that you're excited because you might get to actually help more families if you get to
yeah,
explain, and then everyone has to explain their value along the way. There's a lot of competition where you're from.
yeah,
People will come in and, I mean, didn't you share with me, like, they'll just call on whoever's going to show them the house. And so I do believe this will be such a great opportunity for so many of us.
yeah, I agree 100%.
So what,
279,000 licensed agents. So
how
we'll
many
279,000.
in
Yeah,
Florida?
in Tampa Bay area. Yeah,
Oh
it's crazy.
My goodness. Okay.
Yeah,
That
that's
takes it
why
a whole new
when we
level.
meet people, they were like, "Hey, you're the fourth agent I've worked with." I'm like, "How is that possible? And let's change that and let's find you a house." I mean,
Oh my
nothing
gosh.
is crazy. And that again, when it's the process, if it's our confidence on the experience, we have everything. It's just a matter of getting in front of them. And that's what's so fun is that we have a huge opportunity to get in front of a lot of amazing people and, just change their mindset. So it's all it takes.
Well, Kate, how have you changed your mindset? I mean, you're a mom, and being a mom is the most important thing to you. You're also a driver. You like to succeed. You like to exercise, take care of yourself, your mind, and your body. How
Yeah.
do you keep going? How do you get up every day and crush it?
Yeah, a lot of espresso, no, kind of. But yes, my big thing is always energy. So I really learned after COVID just what that looks like. I mean, we had COVID madness, and then all of a sudden it slows down. And for me, I'm like, this breather is so eye-opening, just in terms of growth and what has scared me and what gave me energy and what do I want to be doing. And for me, that was the biggest opportunity I could have because I feel so grounded now because everything I'm doing has a purpose behind it. So again, my kids are my world. So knowing this big life that I can give them and what that looks like with travel and everything that would scare me before, I'd be like, I can't leave the house. So now it's more, again, energy is intention. And from that, you just really your leverage becomes the intention. So everything I'm leveraging out, there's an intention behind it. That way I'm keep filling my bucket with things that really matter versus working out of scarcity. I'm done doing that for a while.
Man, I agree. That's so great. And we all need to get as we say, put our mask on first and take care of our inside before we can really perform to our best ability on the outside.
Yeah.
So, Kate, any final words, any wisdom you want to share?
Yeah.
What's been important to you over these years of so
Yeah.
much growth?
My big thing, along with energy, is just having a habit audit of what you do each day. So it's so important just to look at, why are we doing things? I mean, my coaches ask me, like, why is that your goal? And that's the most simple question. But sometimes I'm like, I don't know. It's like, why? But again, it's the constant reminders. And I'll set calendar reminders on my calendar just because I live by it. So I know if every morning at 8 a.m. I have a calendar reminder of, how are you going to fulfill your business? Or I'll put different questions on there. And it's just this constant reminder of why are we doing what we're doing? But I think a lot of agents we're so all over the place with what we're doing and trying to grow and what that looks like. And again, I mean, thankfully we can learn from agents like yourself that are so willing to share everything, and that's awesome. But again, it's just finding like what gets you excited. Why are you waking up each day? We're in a business that can be exhausting, but it's just living to that. And then once you do that habit audit, you're going to keep living that and find so much joy and just want to help more people. So
So good. So good. Beautiful way to end it up here. So, Kate, tell everyone how they can find you best, how they can share referrals with your team so
yes.
we can get you some business and new friends and followers.
Yes, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Ride and Realty. You can also anything Tony Baroni. I mean, check out our website, our reviews. We'd love to help
There's
any
a
referral.
few. There's a
There's a
few
few.
reviews.
Yes, quite a few.
I
We live
love
by
it.
it.
You
Yeah.
sure do. Well, thanks for sharing all your good stuff, Kate, and I can't wait to see you soon.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.